God has made me realize that His word will always and forever be final in our lives. Because in so many things that I played and fasted for, God answered every prayer. The only prayer that God never answered was making my marriage better. I don't know how long it will take for me to stand again, but I know I am not going back no matter what. Yeah, so hello guys, how are you? How are you doing? My name is Luciana Creative and this is Luciana Realities, a channel that I created as a space for healing, growth and having fun. And today guys, this is the first day of the year 2026. And today guys, I was supposed to do this video yesterday, but I did not manage. Forgive me for that, but I want to thank you for choosing to watch it. So I want to just reflect on everything that happened in 2025. It was quite a tough year for me, guys. Most of you know because of what I've said online, but I want to just sit down, reflect on so many things that happened from January to where we are right now. And we are going to ban every negative thing that happened in that year. And then we are going to speak life into every positive thing that happened in 2025. As we are starting 2026, I know it is not going to be easy, and it is also not going to be that hard because we have God on our side. And I think 2025 has taught me a lot of things, especially my spiritual side. And that's why, guys, I want us to sit down. Yesterday, I remember, I went live on TikTok and I encountered this book. This is the diary that I bought in March last year when my marriage broke. When I looked into this book, I bought it when I was in so much pain. And I started stating everything that hurt me when I was married. I started pointing out the craziest things I did for love. I stated down everybody by names, everybody who hurt me and how they hurt me. And yesterday night when I was just going through this book, by the end of it all, everything I could feel was just gratitude. Because hata nilikam kurealize, even most of the things niliongea kwa video, like nilikuwa nimesahau a lot of things. This page, naona nimeandika how my ex hurt me. Like, I can't even remember writing all these things. Hapa nayo ni the page of all the craziest things I did for love. I think I will have a YouTube video when I'll say all these things, guys. No, don't show them. And then hapa I have written the list of people I would love to thank during that period here March. The people that I felt they really impacted me wako hapa. And then hapa my fears. Like, as I am walking out of this marriage, I wrote down my fears and they are here. Like, as I was starting life as a single mom, I had my own share of fears. I can't remember writing these things. And I know. And one of the fears I have here is, actually nisome hii, I don't know how long it will take for me to stand again, but I know I am not going back no matter what. Sijui kama kuna detail nilibai kitabu. Naona kuna pages zingine nilidelete. Hapa kama nilikuwa nimeandika majina. I think, but you know, therapy starts with self-acceptance, and right now I'm not even feeling that much pain when I am even reading through all the things that I wrote here. And today, guys, as I told you, I want us to reflect on 2025 from the time it started to how it ended. When my 2025 started, I remember I was very down. All I could see that time was darkness. Because that is the time I realized that my impact in whatever entanglement I was in that time was over. The person I was with had already made me realize kabisa that chenye whatever I was offering was over, and therefore my purpose in that institution was also over. So tukikuja 2025 ilikuwa ile point ya wewe na Mungu wako, praying a lot. I used to fast so much. I used to pray for a lot of things, and most of all I used to pray for my marriage a lot. I also used to pray for so many achievements. I was praying for God to help me to stand on my own, and that is the time I started thinking of the podcast that I want to start this year. That's why sometimes I say vision yako inaweza toka mbali sana sana sana, but then wewe unafikiria utaanza kesho, you plan everything and think that utaanza kesho, but the plan of God wasn't for you to start tomorrow. So when things became so hard, I decided to seek counseling, you know, and I started planning intimate stuff like dates to see what I was in the relationship especially could have worked. But God proved to me that not everything we pray for, not everything we work so hard for is worth our energy. Not everything we, tunafanyanga a lot to sustain is actually sustainable. God has made me realize that His word will always and forever be final in our lives. Because in so many things that I prayed and fasted for, God answered every prayer that I prayed in 2025. Kila prayer yenye niliomba God aliniansa. The only prayer that God never answered was making my marriage better. So when it ended, I remember I went through a very bad season of depression. This is because my son was already sick. That time I didn't have help from anybody. That time I had already lost all my sources of income, and I was in a point where I didn't even have a house of my own, and I was going through insomnia. I could not sleep. I could not interact with people. I couldn't go out unless I felt like going somewhere. So I can't say like the whole year was entirely bad, no. Through those hardships, God has shown me that He is very, very faithful to the faithful. I think from the beginning of this year, that's when deep within me, I had a voice telling me that God is always faithful to the faithful. And I said and decided I'm going to be truthful to myself. And I said that I would rather keep quiet than do or say things that are not right with God. Hatuko hapo. In the midst of my cries, that's when God showed up and showed up real time. Because tell me why. You would be there, you don't have following. By that time, I don't think I even had 20,000 followers. I had like followers kama 20k hapo kwa platform zote. But tell me why. You have already lost your YouTube channel. Somebody has taken it away. You are at a risk of losing your Facebook page, because I remember receiving my notifications za lose page. But then God comes through somebody. That person comes, you don't even know him. They have never seen you. And in the middle of nowhere, mkiwa wagonjwa wewe na mtoto wako, mtu anakuja tu anawalipia rent, like na anawatafutia nyumba mzuri, and that is the house that you are in today. Okay, he's not the person who pays rent for us, but at least he's the one who moved us here. Then also tell me why somebody can just come akupatie, aseme, if you need a car, I will give you a car. If you need a director, I'll give you a director. If you need to hire anything, I'll hire them for you. If you need to go to an event, I will get you a VIP ticket. Like, if you need anything, I got you. So for me, with no money, no nothing, I was falling like this, and I saw God hold me like this. He told me, girl, you don't need all those things that you think you need in the world. You don't need all those people that you think and have always thought you can rely on. The only thing you need is my mercy. Like, you just need God in your life, because and he will provide for everything that you need. You know, that year nimekaukiwa, hiyo nayo si uongo. You try to do content, nobody is watching your content. You try, you go get endorsement, you get paid half the first month and you don't get paid any longer. Like, and that's why the time Sami Irogo sang this song of Weroyo Nedio Rorokete, I felt that song to the core, to the deepest of my, you know. And I was like, guys, I have prayed that year. I have fasted that year. I have been in positions where I want to tithe, but I have nothing to take before the Lord. But one thing I can tell you, I have received notification ya kufungiwa nyumba mara moja. That was last month, the same week that you guys came through for me. Mimi siwezi kwambia, tunaweza kuwa we lacked, tukakula something very simple, but we never went hungry. Funny thing, when I was walking in the road, nobody could ever even notice that I'm going through something, because I was so happy with God. I was so happy with what God was doing in my life, and I did not have a vacuum or a chance to complain or to show people or anybody that I'm going through any difficulty in life. So, karibu mwaka ikuje kuisha. I remember I was going through a lot of mockery. I was going through the same people who hurt me in the beginning of the year. That is the time they came back now. They start following you. They tell you, you think we don't know where you are. Tunajua uko hapa, mko na fulani. They start creating stories and telling you you have done things that you have not done. They started telling me that they have tea they want to expose to social media. Like, it was a lot of intimidation. Yani, mtu anakuja anakuuliza, why haven't you been talking about my story? It's already a year now. Siwende uonge na uone like there is nothing you can do to me. So like, it was a lot. And those words started bringing back the woods na zile vitu zote nilikuwa nimepitia throughout my marriage, from the beginning to the end, to where I was at that point. And you guys, I can tell you that those things really broke me. The pain started coming back. The self-hate started coming back. I started feeling like leaving social media and leaving it forever. I was wishing like the world would ifungue tu macho inimeze, niishe nikufe. I started sitting down and I started doubting my presence. I started feeling like I don't deserve to live anymore. I felt useless. I felt worthless. And then I sat down and I remembered what I told God in the beginning of the year. I decided to leave that home with hopes that ile darkness yote ilikuwa imenishika when I was holding in a lot of pain. I was hoping juu nime walk out I will start seeing the light. Ni ukweli niliona mwangaza. Ni ukweli nilikuwa napata kazi. Ni ukweli I used to have hope in so many things. But then you start doing something and it is just doesn't prosper anymore. But there is one thing I know. I have come from so far. I have done a lot of things. And one thing, by the end of this year, I have come to declare to myself and before the Lord is that I know what God put in me. I know who God created. I know where I have come from. I know that even me going to school, eating and being where I am today, it wasn't because I'm worth it. It is not because I come from a very, very lovely family. No, it is because I carry the grace of God. So I started telling the grace of God to carry me forward. Even today, guys, I'm not saying that I'm there, and I'm not talking about this to testify. I'm talking about this to just let you guys know that if you're going through a difficult moment, you are not alone. But one thing you should not forget is that there is somebody who created you. There is somebody who breathed life into you, your own body. Kuna yule mtu alikupatia maneno ndani yako. He gave you ability to speak. You know, ate mundu ucio ri niwe wombire mahinde maku, nyama ciaku, nginya thakame yaku. So why should the situations of the world, the situations that never breathed life into you, situations that never brought your bones together, why should they determine our destinies? I came to realize that it is time we start doing words of affirmations upon our lives, because there was a reason as to why the Bible tells us that our tongues have power to kill and to give life. So why not use it to give life into our broken selves? Why not use our bones to give life into our hopeless selves? And I can tell you guys, I came to a point after so many prayers, I felt like I'm breaking down ile completely kabisa. And that's when I called Wamboi nikamwambia, you know what? I'm not holding in this pain anymore. I feel like najifunga sana, with a lot of denial within me. She told me, kuja ongea ikutoke. I prayed about it, I spoke, and my hope was to just heal, like to just leave the past in the past. But God used that situation to elevate my name in a way, because there are so many people who never knew me. Right now they know me. People came through for me. Right now I have some things that I didn't have. I am able to start the podcast that I was thinking of starting by the beginning of 2025. And I can say that if there is one big thing that I have learned in 2025, dareki ya mwaka ucio nimemaliza hiyo mwaka asking God, I wish I knew God, that's how you work. I did not know that's how God works. I did not know that in the midst of our misery, God is inside there. God is there. He's the author and the finisher of your story. And sometimes he will even let those witches, those enemies, seem like they are winning in your life. I'm not saying that I have won this battle. I'm not saying that I am there yet, but God has already given me a sign that maundu mothe mekikaga kwa wega. Everything happens for the good to those who wait on the Lord. Hey, 2025 has taught me that wale watu ulikuwa unafikiria watawahi kusaidia, probably they are not even in God's plan upon your life. So take it easy. Don't give too much. Don't sacrifice too much. You know, reciprocate the energy as you get it. You know, because you might waste a lot of your time trying to think ati Kenya you're working on ndo itakutoa block. And then you come to realize that God's word upon your life is totally different from what you're trying so hard to water and irrigate. So as I start 2026, I'm not starting the same way I started my 2025, with so much darkness and so much pain within me. I want to start it with so much gratitude within me. Even the people that I thought were against me, they would never talk to me, they have really stood with me. Na kuna time, before I finish this video, I would like to thank the Kikuyu online content creators, from Akina Castro, Akina Victoria, Akina Mombi, all those people. By the way, guys, because I forgot to thank them in a certain video that I was thanking people who are there for me, by the way. Those people, you guys have stood with me. Akina Murori TV, you guys have called me by the way. You guys encouraged me when I was crying. I remember Castro called me and I could not even hold my phone vizuri. That is just part of it. I came to realize later that I didn't thank you guys. Kina Kikuyu star, nyinyi wote. So, as I'm starting 2026, this is where we are writing down everything that hurt us in 2025. And we are speaking against all those hurt, all those things, and prophesying Psalms 91 upon our lives. Izo turethiaga na tutinoge bado. Tukagetha nginya kuria tutahandite. Nguku cia neighbor cikarekia gwitu. Na by the end of the day, we will come back and also say again and again and again that God is faithful to the faithful. To everybody who is going through a difficult moment, I want to tell you, you're not alone. Sawa. And God uses anything and anybody to praise, to get his name praised and to get his power recognized by those who doubt his abilities. So, I want to wish you guys a happy 2026. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, because I'm here to connect with you guys. You're my audience. You're the people who have held me with your own hands. The moment you're watching this video, you're opening a chance for me to earn something and not go through the same things that I went through last year. And also you're opening a chance for me to also get brand endorsements. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you for taking your time and watch this video. And I'll see you on the next one. Suggest what you would like to see. Of course, I have a lot in store, but suggest tu kitu yenye unataka kuona kwa hii channel, and I'll see you on the next one.